And now it's time for the picks. Right here on the Kap and J Hood Morning Show. And the picks are brought to you by the fine folks over at
the Village of Rosemont. My friend, the great mayor, Brad Stevens, my friend, located just outside of the city. Rosemont is your one-stop destination for fun. Rosemont. It's awesome. It's all here.
Here's Shay Norling. Shay?
All right, we're going to get started in college with one of the great slates of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Red River, 2:30 kick. Number 1, Texas at number 18, Oklahoma at the Cotton Bowl. And Texas is a 14.5-point favorite. Hoodie.
Texas has won 5 of its games in blowout fashion this year, establishing itself, Cap, as one of the top teams in college football. Just a point of fact, Ewers is healthy, right, Shay?
He will play.
He will play, the quarterback for Texas. Man, that's always a great rivalry game, but I really like Texas. Texas is the best team in college football. I said it as a Georgia fan, Cap. They're the best. Give me Texas in the 14.5 in this big rivalry game against Oklahoma. Oklahoma, not very good, kid.
Texas has a hell of a football team. They're not the best, in my opinion. My partner wants to go with Texas. I'll tell you, it's the Ohio State Buckeyes who are the best team in the land. And they will beat Oregon, but we'll get to that in a moment.
All right.
I spoke with Caleb Williams at length from London. He called me late last night and said, kid,
that's a lie.
Take my Oklahoma Sooners. I have a little Sooner blood in me. I'll take the 14.5. Give me Oklahoma. They don't win the game, but they cover.
That's a lie.
If Caleb ever had to play behind this version of Oklahoma's offensive line, he would pick against them too. They stink. Their offensive line's horrible. Their quarterback play, they switched at midseason. It's horrible. They blow. Give me Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. I'm taking Texas.
Including the point spread.
Absolutely. 14.5.
Number 9, Ole Miss. A 3.5-point favorite on the road at number 13, LSU. This game is under the lights at Death Valley. Hoodie.
Remember last year, Shay, the showdown? It was Ole Miss topping LSU 55-49 in Oxford. My God, 1,400 combined yards of offense. What a game this was. Ole Miss is the better ball club than LSU. Ole Miss is going to win the game outright, but give me Ole Miss minus 3.5.
Yeah, Ole Miss is a really good football team. LSU has a guy coaching on the sideline named Brian Kelly. I don't root for Brian Kelly. Can't stand the man.
Okay.
So I will take Ole Miss, lay the lumber, and beat their ass.
You think Ole Miss will top off LSU, Shay? What do you think?
Excuse us.
I hate to derail the lane train, but I'm putting a penny on the tracks. LSU at night, I'm getting points with the home team. I'm going to derail the lane train.
Well, what does a penny on the tracks mean?
It's an old myth. If you throw a penny on the railroad tracks, you'll derail the train. I'm derailing the lane train. Good night. LSU plus 3.5.
Wow. Never heard that myth, but okay.
I'm going with Ole Miss.
Will Ole Miss win the game, Shay, or no?
Tough, man. LSU at night is where dreams go to die.
Come on.
I'm the only one of the 4 of us, I believe, that's been to a night game at LSU. It is a super cool environment. And those Cajuns are going to be leaving very upset.
You got to look Mike the Tiger in the eye and then take the field.
Mike the Tiger is cool. I'll give Mike the Tiger that.
It's a different beast.
Okay.
Number 2, Ohio State, Caps Buckeyes, laying 3.5 on the road at Oregon at night. Hoodie.
The best point per game differential in college football, Ohio State. The Buckeyes are holding opponents capped to 7 points a game. The Buckeyes have won every game by at least 28 points. It's the fewest points, by the way, allowed for a college football team since 1973. So I like the Buckeyes in a hostile environment in Eugene against Oregon. Ohio State minus 3.5.
Dude's right outside the window in his Oregon hoodie. He's going down.
He's salty.
Oh,
you see him?
Bleep him.
Coming back for a photo.
Dan Lanning's a hell of a football coach, but Dan Lanning's not playing in the game. Oregon is going to get beaten by somewhere around 10 points. Give me Ohio State, lay the 3.5. Buckeyes roll, baby. Let's go.
I'm going to make my friend out here in the hoodie happy. You don't simply walk into Autzen Stadium at night and walk out with a field goal better win. I'm taking Oregon in the points. Quack, quack.
I'm going with Ohio State.
I love Jay Moore's just stealth. He just goes, going with Ohio State.
You know why? He knows the clock.
He does.
Knows we got
That's
to keep it moving.
Got to speed it up, baby.
Yeah.
On to the NFL. The Washington Commanders going to Baltimore, and the Ravens are nearly a full touchdown favorite, laying 6.5, Hoodie.
You mean the Ravens minus 6.5 against the Commanders? This will be the first paddling that the Commanders have had this season. It will happen in Baltimore.
So the Commanders are a good football team. I really like their coach. He interviewed for the Bears, Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is not going to win this game, but his club with his fine young quarterback, Jaden Daniels, is going to cover. Give me the Commanders.
A really good band, by the way. Fine young quarterback.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Commanders' defense is ass. I think this is the first time it bites them. The Ravens run the ball all over them. Give me the Ravens.
Yep.
Ravens, let's go.
Texans laying 7 on the road in New England, Hoodie.
Patriots will cover the number. Texans could win the ball game, but I think closer than the experts think. I think the Patriots will keep it, the score low. I think the Patriots win the game. The Patriots and +7.
The Texans are going to go in and they're going to teach Drake May the meaning of the word respect. Young fella, you're not ready yet. You shouldn't be starting. You should be sitting this year. But they decide to bring him out now against this pass rush. Give me the Texans. They rout him.
Yeah, I'm with you, Cap. I think it's Fields versus Cleveland. This is the worst possible spot that they could have thrown Drake May into the fire. Give me the Texans to blow them out.
Texans, I got them.
Cardinals at Packers. Packers laying 5.5, Hoodie.
I mean, the Packers minus 5.5 against the Cardinals. I just think that the Packers will right the ship offensively just enough to be able to beat Arizona on Sunday.
Yeah, I hate picking Green Bay simply because they're Green Bay. But I do believe they're going to humble the Arizona Cardinals. I will take the Lambeau Denizens to cover 5.5.
I'm going to take Arizona. They have a potentially explosive offense. They just won on the road at San Francisco. The number's weird. No man's land, 5.5, right between 3 and 7. Give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, Pack is whack. Don't bet them. They'll win the game, but I'm going with the Cardinals.
Buccaneers at Saints. Saints are 3.5-point home dogs. Hoodie.
Tired Saints team at home against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers will win the ball game outright, and the number 3.5.
So my friend Carmen DeFalco always says, in an intra-division rivalry game, if you get points at home, take the points. However, Spencer Rattler is at quarterback now with Derek Carr out with an oblique for several weeks. Yeah, I don't think it's a good spot for the Saints. Give me the Buccaneers.
Shay?
I am going to take the Saints, divisional home dog. It's just the trend.
How'd that work out for you last night?
Dude, Bengals had a 10-point lead. Joe Burrow throws a wild interception in a 5-touchdown game.
Night?
Or last week.
I'm talking about last night.
Divisional
Seattle was at home dog. How'd
That's
that
fine.
work out?
I didn't pick that game last night, but it didn't work out for people who did. Last week, the Bengals had a 10-point lead in this same spot. Burrow throws a weird interception. Evan McPherson misses a field goal because the holder drops the ball. 3 straight run plays from midfield because apparently coaches are comfy kicking 50-yard field goals now. Whatever, I got screwed, but I'll be on that side every time. Give me the Saints.
With Carr being out, I can't do it, so I'm going with the Bucs.
Steelers laying 2.5 at the Raiders. Hoodie.
Is Justin starting for the Steelers? Just asking.
You better get on the horn with Mike
yet.
Tomlin. I think it's going to be Russell Wilson, personally.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he participated in 4 practices this week, so.
But he took the second team reps, so we'll see.
I don't. Okay, so it's Aiden O'Connell, the starter for the Raiders this week. God almighty. Give me the Steelers, holding my nose. Give me the Steelers minus 2.5 on the road in Vegas.
Stinky.
Yeah, I'm holding my nose as well.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
I'm going to go with the Steelers. I don't feel good about the pick, but I am taking the Steelers.
The public just has no faith in either one of these teams.
They're all over the Steelers. And I think either way you go on this game, you're clipping your nose. I'm clipping my nose and going with the Raiders.
Steelers. I'm going with them.
I don't know.
It's the NFL.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Lions laying 2.5 on the road in Dallas. When's the last time you saw Cowboys getting points at home? Hoodie.
All right, we'll pass. Cap, go right ahead.
That's not allowed, John. You know that.
Too difficult to choose.
You're better than that. You're Jonathan effing Hood, man. Make a pick.
I think this one's actually one of the easiest ones on the board.
Says you. For me, it's a little bit more difficult.
That's fair.
God almighty. Cap, that's the only one I have not circled. If you see my sheet here, I have not made a pick. Could you tell me why I should take the Lions -2.5?
I can't.
That's the thing.
I like. Mind if I jump in?
Yeah,
Hoodie?
please.
I'm going to be on the Lions. It's one of my favorite plays of the week. The Cowboys aren't going to have Micah Parsons. They can't stop the run. This Lions OL is just going to eat them up. This offensive line for Detroit will travel. They're going to beat them up. The Cowboys can't match up defensively. And Dak's been awful. Give me the Lions.
He has not been awful.
I agree with
Dude,
Shay.
he's been bad.
Yeah.
I agree with Shay. Lions.
That's when
You guys passed me. I haven't made my pick yet.
Well, go ahead, brother.
I am taking the Dallas Cowboys. They win the game, but you're going to give me 2.5? I'll take it.
outright, Cap.
I think they win the game outright, but they may lose on a late field goal. Give me 2.5. I'll take the Dallas Cowboys.
Here we go.
All right, Lions. And Shay?
Final game, Jaguars, Bears, Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner on the call on NFL Network on television. If you'd like, you might prefer to listen to Jeff Joniak and Tom Thayer right here on ESPN 1000.
I've got the tight
that's
sync.
it.
I got the tight sync game. There's no way I'm listening to Rich Eisen for 3 hours.
No shot. It'll be Joniak and Thayer in my house. Bears laying 1.5. Hoodie.
In his bad pinstripe suit. I'm not listening to that or watching that. I'll be having the game on, but I've got it on ESPN 1000, the old sync game. Jeff and Tom.
Got me doing that. I put my little Beats AirPods in, and I listen to my guys. Jeff and Tom.
Bears, -1.5. Bears.
Yeah, Bears are one of my top plays. I don't think it's a blowout. I think it's a fairly close game. The only way this thing gets out of hand is if it really was an issue coming in late for the Jags. I think it's a fairly competitive football game. I do. And I am going to play the Chicago Bears. And by the way, Dak Prescott's completing over 65% of his passes. He's got almost 1,500 yards passing already, 8-4 touchdown to interception ratio. His passer rating is 93. He has not been terrible. Stop yourself.
Shay?
I think the Jags are the better side, but I don't care. I think the Bears are the better team, and I think right now they have the better quarterback, and I think you could even argue they have the better head coach because Doug Peterson's been brutal. Give me the Bears.
It's breakfast with the Bears, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
So who do you like?
Bears, man.
Okay.
Having breakfast
I'm just
with
saying,
the Bears.
I'm just saying. I don't know what you do at home.
Actually, I like breakfast better. But,
Okay.
but I'm rolling with the Bears.
I was wondering who your partner was there having breakfast with, but it sounds like breakfast. It sounds like the Bears and breakfast. I think that's what you're telling us, right? The
That's
Bears.
right.
All right. All right. And those are the picks.